May Lolth curse the matron mother for sending me on this foolish expedition to the surface, Tavxic thought to herself, very much hoping nobody was scrying her thoughts. Tavxic is one of the upcoming priestesses of House Vandry. However, her matron mother insisted on sending her with the males for trophy hunting on the surface. Culling untrained farmers from the surface at night is far below the skills for one such as Tavxic, who has nothing less than green dragon blood flowing through her veins. However, to deny such orders openly would quickly invite her permanent removal from the house and, in all likelihood, from all of Faerun. "San!" yelled Tavxic, trying to warn the puny males of a flying contraption overhead. She signed the drow word for illithids, Hazak. Before any of the drow really realised how dire the threat was, half of them had been either killed or transported aboard the nautiloid, including Tavxic. So here is Tavxic. She's a Lolth-Sworn Drow. For class Sorcerer, subclass is a draconic bloodline. Her background is a charlatan, which is probably true for most priestesses and most houses in drow culture, needing to work their way up the ranking and the order. So yeah, Lolth-Sworn Drow. As a Lolth-Sworn Drow, she has proficiency in perception, bonus to dexterity and charisma, and then proficiency in with rapiers, short swords and hand crossbows, and superior dark vision, so you can see in the dark up to 80 feet, and has Fey ancestry, so advantage on saving throws against being charmed, and magic can't put her to sleep. For her appearance, we've got head 3, her skin colour is dusk tone 7, eye colour is the standard red 1, her hair colour is white 2, makeup style 13, which is green. As for her class, she's a draconic bloodline. The cantrips I've chosen for her are Poison Spray, a Chill Touch, Acid Splash, and Friends. The first 3 are damaging with poison, necrotic, and acidic damage. And Friends is because she has to kind of persuade her way up and down, persuade her way up into the high ranks of priestesses. For her known spells that she learns at level 1, she's going for Chromatic Orb, just so she can summon different elements, and Thunder Wave to get people away from her. She doesn't like being close to other people. So her draconic ancestry is green, which gives her Ray of Sickness as the kind of an innate spell, and then proficiency with daggers, staves and longbows, constitution and charisma saving throws, and she gets 1 extra hit point per level, and her base armor class is 13. For her skills, she has already got sleight of hand, perception and deception from her race and background. Also going to give her intimidation and persuasion. These are the charisma based skills, which is fitting considering she's trying to work her way up. As for her ability points, fairly standard, charisma of 16, not 17, so I don't think I'll be going for Volos, although I could. Oh, we'll see what happens at level 4 anyway. A dexterity and constitution at 14 inch and intelligence at 11, slightly above average but nothing amazing. At level 2, she gets to choose 2 metamagic abilities. She's going to go for distance spell, because what's better than attacking someone who's 60 feet away is attacking someone who's 90 feet away, and what's better than attacking one person is attacking 2 people. In terms of her spells, she's already got several damaging spells at level 1, so she's going for a more control based spell with sleep instead. At level 3, there's 1 more sorcery point, and Tavxic here isn't stupid. She's not a fool. She's going to take quicken spell so she can launch out more of her arsenal more quickly. At level 3, she gains access to a level 2 spell, and being a Lolth-Sworn Drow, what other spell would she go for apart from Web? And she's decided to replace Thunder Wave with Invisibility, because she's not finding herself up close that often, and invisibility is good for infiltrating and getting around places unseen. So Tavxic is at level 4, and you might have noticed a change of dress here. We'll get to that after the level up screen. So she gets to pick 1 new cantrip. She's taken Mage Hand, so she can manipulate things at a distance and provide a distraction on the battlefield if needed. She's also picked Hold Person. She kind of likes this magic. If I just come to here, kind of like this magic with Sleep and Web to kind of mess with the enemy and control them before hitting them with some damaging spells. And then for her feat, she's taken Magic Initiate Cleric. Now, she doesn't have a high wisdom, but she is a sworn follower of Lolth, the Spider Queen. So she's picked up Guidance. Hopefully Lolth can give her some guidance in Thaumaturgy, because actually she's got a decent charisma, and now she can give herself advantage on intimidation and performance checks, and she's well aware that her wisdom is just average. So she's gone for Bless, which will allow her and potentially some allies, if they prove worthy enough, to get bonuses on their attack rolls. Here are the items that Tavxic is wearing. She's wearing the Warped Headband of Intellect. She quite likes this boost to her intelligence, being able to create more dastardly plans. She's taken the Poisoner's Robe, so when the wearer casts a spell that deals poison damage, it deals an additional 1d4 poison damage, which is all nice and well and good. We've got the Amulet of Misty Steps to get into the right place. Then we have Poison Resistance, which is going to pair up quite well with something very soon. She picks up Fleet Fingers. There weren't many great choices for her gloves. She picked this up, so once per turn when the wearer dashes or takes a similar action, they can jump without using a bonus action. The Ring of Colour Spray, just in case someone is a bit too close, we can try and blind them so we can run away. The Spider Step Boots, so she's immune to being in webbed, which is one of the reasons she took web. And lastly, the thing that kind of makes this whole thing complete is the Staff of Crones, which allows her to cast Ray of Sickness whenever she wants without using a spell slot. She doesn't want to use up her innate powers to cast Ray of Sickness. And she can twin it, which is what she will be doing later on. How do we twin Misty Step? That's very strange. Yeah, just put me into combat. But she will also be able to use Distance Spell for Ray of Sickness and Quicken Spell for Ray of Sickness. And as a sorcerer, she's got Ray of Sickness here from her background. I don't want to be using this particularly. So this hasn't really gone to plan. Gale's been knocked out already. So I'm just going to try and show off Poison Spray since we're up close. Since we did some damage with Poison Spray itself, which will be 3 out of 1d12, we got to roll an extra... Oh, right, yeah, this is showing the previous poison damage 3 1d12. This should be an extra 1d4. We got 4 1d4 because of the robe. Now, Tavxic is sneaky, so you can, and she can hide. And then if she walks away, there won't be any opportunity attacks because the enemies can't see her. Now she's free to do what she's wanted to do for a long time, which is twin Ray of Sickness, with advantage no less. Now the problem with that though is that she receives damage as well because she's using the Staff of Crones, which does damage each time you use it. Now seemingly it just did 10 damage to her. Let's actually increase this, shall we? So she took some damage when she hit both the Minotaurs, and then maybe because it was a critical hit. I think because one was a critical hit, it actually hit twice, did 2 lots of damage. This is why she needs the Ring of Poison Resistance, because she only took 1 damage hit instead of 3. And because it's a critical hit, the Staff of Crones did double damage to herself as well, which is a bit sad, which is why, again, having the Ring of Poison Resistance is very useful. Sadly, this Minotaur just did 25 damage to Tavxic, so she went down. But it's okay, her allies will save her. I also just want to point out, while we're on our way to fight the Bulette, that Tavxic, being a drow, does have Dancing Light and Fairy Fire, both of which use Charisma for the casting modifier, although Dancing Light isn't actually affected by the casting modifier, but Fairy Fire is. While she has a chance to prepare, she will just get out Dancing Lights to make sure that everyone in the party can see, namely Gale and Githyanki. Namely Gale and Lae'zel don't have dark vision. As with the Minotaurs, if Tavxic tries to walk away, she will suffer an opportunity attack. We can see the arrow from beneath the Bulette, so she's going to try the same trick as last time, hiding first before trying to walk away, although she did get hit by the Bulette as it came out, so she can't actually go very far. And she will try and twin. This time not Ray of Sickness. She's going to go with Chromatic Orb. Poison, because she's all about that poison. And she got all that extra damage because she's wearing the Poisoner's Robe. So instead of being instead of being 20 damage, she's at 24, not bad. And we can hope that the Bulette gets poisoned as well. So this Bulette is causing problems. Tavxic is going to try and sell it a light. In terms of magical light, not fire. So everyone has advantage against it, and there's no darkness either. And then she'll be able to quicken whichever spell she wants. Now there is going to be an opportunity attack again, which is a problem unless we find a way to blind the Bulette or use up a reaction already. So Shadowheart here, along with Lae'zel, are going to take up the opportunity attack from the Bulette. I was lucky, so that Tavxic can stand back and then quicken. Now she's already concentrating, so she shouldn't really cast Web, that would be a bit silly. She's going to go with another Chromatic Orb, I think. She can't cast Hold Person on this thing anyway because it's not humanoid, and there's no reason not to use Chromatic Orb. Ooh, missed, but we did manage to poison the Bulette, so it will have disadvantage on its attacks. So hopefully we've set up Shadowheart for level 2 Guiding Bolt, hitting for a very decent chunk of damage, and should probably scare the Bulette away. Oh no, it's going for the kill on Lae'zel. But at this moment, we've done enough. Gale's going to be able to finish this off. Because on the Bulette's next turn... Uh-oh, I did just put Lae'zel in the Cloud of Daggers. This means we're going to have to try and save Lae'zel with a healing word. And hopefully heal Lae'zel as well. So yeah, all round group effort. Let's just whack this thing. So there's some monstrosities down. We're now going to go find some humanoids for Tavxic to go and play with. Tavxic knows about all of the denizens of the Underdark. She knows these guys are going to go down fairly easily. She's chucked down a web. Gale is going to follow up. Oh, it's been a bit too slow here. The lovely cloud of daggers. Tavxic doesn't like the look of Bual over there, so I think she wants to do something about him. Now she's already concentrating, so she can't really... she can reach him. Right, so she's going to go with the good old twinned Staff of Crones. Start on Bual, and then try and make some headway on these guys at ranged. Yeah, this one over here. Now, unfortunately, she failed a concentration saving throw on herself because of the Staff of Crones. She's going to use the blessing of Lolth on herself and some of the others. And then quicken and level 2 chromatic orb against Bual here. To try and do as much damage as possible. Just 5 damage short. It's going to be fine. Gale's going to finish this off with the Sapphire Spark anyway. Or not. Leave him with 1 hit point, as you do. And Shadowheart coming in with Sacred Flame. Tavxic got ensnared, annoyingly, so she can't see very many Kuo-Toa, and she's run out of sorcery points already. So she's going to go with Ray of Sickness. Ooh, she's got disadvantage. So it was this Kuo-Toa over here, this annoying little one, that forced her to be ensnared. So instead, she's going to send a knight to him, so it can't cause problems in the future. Now there are 2 Kuo-Toa over here. She's just going to do the same thing as last time. Because before, the one at the back woke up the one nearest, but now they're the only 2 there, which means there'll be no problem at all. Not bad, not bad. This Kuo-Toa was knocked prone because of rare frost. There's a bit of ice, and since they're knocked prone, it doesn't tell us this, but they have disadvantage on dexterity saving throws, so Acid Splash is not guaranteed, but has a much higher chance of hitting compared to normal, and that'll finish off the encounter. So I've managed to set up this situation where Tavxic is actually still hiding, and I've managed to move Holvik through a combination of throwing and shoving close to Gek'Kul. And I'm going to try, and I've already got twinned chosen, try and twin hold person, because it says it should work. Not work, it should hit both of these if it works. We managed to get one of them. It's a bit sad we didn't get both, but we can't win everything. Now Holvik is still held. Now it doesn't tell us in the game, it's a bit sad really, but hold person means they are paralyzed, but it doesn't tell us what paralyzed means. And paralyzed is a condition that means every attack from within 5 feet is a critical hit, so I should be able to twin once again. I'm going to go for not Ray of Sickness, that's going to cause too much damage to myself I think with the critical hits. Or perhaps I can go with the innate Ray of Sickness. So 1 against you, and 1 against you. There we are. We didn't need to damage ourselves there with all of these. And I didn't even remember that Duergar are resistant to poison. So this first attack here actually did 38 damage. So that was bye-bye, Mr. Holvik. Having remembered that Duergar are resistant to poison, and considering that Novice Garmor goes next, Tavxic is going to finish this off with a lovely sleep spell. So Lizelle can just stand here and get rid of him. Take up the trash. So let me know what you think of Tavxic. Do you agree with her taking Magic Initiate Cleric at level 4? Do you like the idea of her? Do you like using the Staff of Crones, considering it hurts you even with poison resistance? Thank you very much for watching. If you made it this far, please consider subscribing, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.